Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is of course Tuesday evening, which means only one thing on Pokemon Go, and that is of course Spotlight Hour. Spotlight Hour is a weekly event, 6 PM till 7 PM, and it features a certain Pokemon each week. So the Pokemon it's going to be featuring today is Meditite. So Meditite will be featured. Of course, Meditite does evolve into Medicham, which does have a Mega Evolution. So that's going to be quite a nice one to get a decent shiny one of, or a nice one to try and get a hundo Meditite of anyway. So we're going to be on the lookout for those today. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and Mega Evolve one of the Medichams that we already have, the Hundo Medicham, as you can see here. We'll Mega Evolve that. It is a Max Mega, so that means we will get the most amount of extra candy and also extra chance of getting Candy XL for all those Meditites that we are going to be catching during this 6 PM till 7 PM event. So as you can see, the spawns are still the normal spawns at the moment. Of course, the Stunning Styles event finished yesterday, so we've now gone back to the non-event spawns, which is quite a nice change. We were getting sick of those Burmese that were spawning during the Stunning Styles event, and instead we've got the likes of Trapinch, Yungoos and a Ponyta just up ahead. So we will be catching those for the first 10 minutes or so. But of course, as well, we have got, as well as a Meditite Spotlight Hour, we've also got a Daily Adventure Incense to do. Now, if you did tune in yesterday during the Max Monday hour, 6 PM till 7 PM on a Monday, we always try and go live for that as well. Yesterday featured the brand new Dynamax Pokemon, Persimmon. That was a very cool Pokemon. It took quite a while to take down though. Persimmon was quite tanky, a bit similar to the Chansey, but perhaps not too bad. But it was probably Gengar was preferred to go against it. Eventually took it down, and we did 3 during the hour, mainly because we were walking around and of course we were spaced out, but also we were trying to focus on catches and make the most of the last few hours of the 2 times catch XP, which was part of the Stunning Styles event. So what we'll do is we'll head just up the road here to where those Pokestops are on the map, and when we get up there, once we climb the quite steep hill to get up to those stops, then we will be able to stick our Daily Adventure Incense on and see what we get from that. So Meditite Spotlight Hour, as we mentioned, Spotlight Hour always comes with an additional bonus. Years ago we used to have Spotlight Hour, which featured a Pokemon, and then on a Thursday we used to have a separate hour which was just nothing specifically spawned. It was just a bonus hour where a certain transfer candy would be on, 2 times catch XP would be on, just for 6 till 7 on a Thursday. Then eventually they combined the 2 events into one, so you do now get Spotlight Hour featured Pokemon and then a bonus on top. So that bonus today is 2 times transfer candy, and where that really comes into its own, that bonus, is if you've been doing loads of legendary raids. Potentially the raid day recently, we had Mega Ardeno raid day. If you've still got loads of those Ardenos left and you want the Ardeno candy to power up any good ones that you managed to get during the raid day, then it's a really good chance to get rid of those. And also any legendaries that you've got lying about that aren't really worth keeping hold of, you'll get twice the amount of candy for getting rid of those during this hour. So really good time to take advantage of that. And we'll head up to this hill, get my breath back, and then we'll start the Daily Adventure Incense. So make sure to get involved in the comments down below. Let's just sit down for just a second. We've got 9 minutes until the spotlight hour starts. And of course, as always, if you've got any questions, make sure to get them in the comments down below. I'll try and answer every single one that comes through. Pansear was the most wanted shiny of what I wanted in 2024. We eventually got it during that year. This year's most wanted shiny was Clauncher, and that of course had a shiny boosted event, that Deep Depths event. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, we had shiny Clauncher with the boosted shiny odds, so around about 1 in 128 instead of a normal 1 in 512, and we managed to get 3 shiny Claunchers during that event, which was very, very good. And it ticks one off our bucket list for what we want to try and achieve on the game throughout this year. There's 2 more targets left, and I know I am a bit wary that we haven't yet published the video about the March progress on those yearly targets, but I will be doing that this week. Just bear with me. I did take a screenshot on the 1st of April, so you will be able to compare what we did from the 1st of March to the 1st of April. So there's no problem there. It's just getting around to doing a video, which we'll do over the next couple of days. And while we're here, and before the spotlight hour starts, we will just sort our buddy out. We've got to feed this shiny Galarian Articuno. Now this shiny Galarian Articuno wasn't caught by me, unfortunately, but it was traded to me. It's a 96, it's 15, 13, 15 as a lucky trade, so really, really happy for that. And this is what I used my trinket on last time when we had it during the Go Tour. Very, very happy that we managed to get that sorted. So we'll start heading across to the multiple Pokestops, as you can see ahead of us, and also that Drolba Dynamax. And in just a moment we'll start our Daily Adventure Incense. So let's start that now. Of course, we will get half an hour of Daily Adventure Incense instead of a normal 15 minutes, and that is because of the Go Pass. So the April Go Pass, which some of you may have, it is just a trial. So the April Go Pass that you can see here, once you get up to level 25 on that Go Pass or tier 1, then you will unlock the 2 times Adventure Incense duration. So it will last for half an hour instead of a normal 15 minutes. So hopefully you've managed to get to that stage if you did get that Go Pass come through. And of course, if you do get to 100 and you buy the Go Pass Deluxe, then you do get another lucky trinket, which is going to be quite cool. Abra off the Daily Adventure. So it's getting into that time zone now, 5 minutes before the spotlight hour. If we see a shiny now, we can leave it and it will turn into a shiny Meditite. That is a trick going into any event. It doesn't work coming out of the event. So if you see a shiny Meditite, let's say, it isn't guaranteed that it's going to go to something random after the 7 o'clock. But if we see anything shiny now in the wild, it will go into a shiny Meditite if we leave it. Quite a lot of spawns around here at the moment. A tiny pony. Stunky. I was hunting around for stunkies actually today. due to trying to get some more dark types. It's only the real dark type spawning at the moment in between events, and we needed dark types to try and get our first ever Pangaroo, of course the evolved form of Pancham, and we eventually managed to collect 32 dark types, which you need to evolve it. So you have to have it as your buddy and catch 32 dark types, and then you can evolve Pancham into Pangaroo. And we got the shiny Pangaroo registered into the Pokédex, which is really, really cool. Very, very nice shiny. I'll be uploading a YouTube short of that evolution later on today. But it's a super, super cool shiny. One that I've been wanting for ages, and of course, we managed to get one during the Fuzzy Buddy Research Day a couple of weeks ago. Lillipup. Centrit. So the spawns will change into dealing. I thought I was shiny on for a second. The spawns will change into Meditite very, very soon. Just over a minute now to go until that happens. But if we do see a shiny now, we will leave it and wait for it to turn into a Meditite, unless it's something we really, really need. And also, as always on the channel, if we do get a shiny during Spotlight Hour, somebody watching can nickname it, so it will come up with a funny nickname for what you can call a shiny Meditite. As long as it's not too rude, then we will change its nickname to that, and it will forever be known as that in my storage. So loads of stuff to just clear out. We'll clear it out just now. Less than a minute now to go until these start turning into Meditite. And we should see a lot more spawn spots as well when the Spotlight Hour starts. So there will be additional spawn spots. Same thing happens on community days as well. You get a lot more spawn spots around you. The amount of Pokemon is increased that can spawn around you. So therefore you'll normally see a lot more Pokemon than any other time on Spotlight Hours and community days. There it is. Meditite now is starting to spawn. So 6 PM, the Spotlight Hour has started. And let's catch these Meditites. Hoping it's going to be quite easy to hit the excellent throw on these. Now we aren't going to use a lucky egg for this. There is no XP bonus, and of course tomorrow when the new event starts, tomorrow morning at 10 AM local time, then we do get 1 hour lucky egg duration during that event. So that is the event where we'll also see the shiny increase for I can't remember what we see the shiny increase now. Let me just check that before I get that wrong. I don't want to tell you misinformation. So let's just scroll down here, and we've got the Stunning Styles event. We've just done that, and now we have got, I think it's this one. It is the Spring into Spring. This is the event that starts tomorrow. We get 2 times lucky egg duration, 2 times candy from hatching eggs, increased shiny of Fletchling and Remoraid. They were ones, I remember it was a little fish, but I couldn't remember its name. Shiny Remoraid. It's lovely purpley colour when it goes shiny. Very, very nice indeed. I don't think we need that as a shiny, but I will just check in just a moment. Fletchling, of course, did have a community day a couple of years ago. So if you missed that community day, it might be a good chance to try and get yourself a shiny from now, or from tomorrow morning, should I say. And of course, 2 times lucky egg duration is going to be quite quite handy because, of course, during that event time as well, we have the likes of Raid Hour tomorrow, which you might want to use a lucky egg on, and therefore only one will be required for the full hour. And it is Blaze Your Fallon tomorrow on Raid Hour, which is going to be very, very good, because Blaze Your Fallon or Stack Attacker, depending on whether you're west or east. Eastern Hemisphere gets Stack Attacker, Western Hemisphere get Blaze Your Fallon. And Blaze Your Fallon can be shiny as well as Stack Attacker. Brand new shiny releases for them, 1 in 20 odds, of course, because they're legendary. So really, really good chance to try and get that shiny during Raid Hour tomorrow. And it does have 2 Raid Hours, both those do. So we'll get a Raid Hour tomorrow, and also a week tomorrow we'll also get another Raid Hour for those brand new shiny legendary Pokemon. So let's just see if we've got these Meditites around here, and then we will check to see if we do need a Remoraid or not. Don't think we do need any more for a family, but we will just check in just a moment. Let's check now. So Remoraid and Fletchling. So Remoraid shiny, you can see there, 2 shiny Remoraids, 1 shiny Octillery, very, very nice shiny Octillery as well. Goes to that lovely gold colour, and Remoraid goes to that lovely purple colour. So we don't need any more shinies for a family. This one's actually a 3-star, which is quite decent. The other Remoraids are very, very bad, but still the shiny is complete. It's not really useful in any way, but still a very, very nice shiny to get. So if you're still hunting that, tomorrow onwards for the next 4 days, I believe the event is going to be on from tomorrow. It is a really, really good chance to try and get that family complete. So we are nailing the excellent throws on Meditite, which is good. I'm happy with that. And the XP is slowly climbing up. 1,000, just over 1,000 per excellent throw at the moment. Of course, we have got that Mega Evolution on as well. The Mega Medicham, obviously Meditite's evolved form. And as you can see, that will add XP to the catch, so we'll get 100 XP additional there. You can see the bottom line, and we also get additional candy and also higher chance of candy XL. So 1,270 per catch. So around about every 4 Meditites we're getting 5,000 XP. So it's not too bad, even though we haven't got a luck egg on. As long as we keep hitting these excellent throws, we should be able to get that XP up pretty well this hour. Now I'll also keep an eye out for some new Pokestops. I did get some new Pokestops accepted recently in this area, so hopefully we will be able to see those in game tonight. You'll know which ones are the new ones because they'll be the ones that we haven't spun yet, and they are detailed by the white ring that surrounds a Pokestop. So if you see a white ring around a Pokestop, it's something that you've never ever interacted with. So therefore it is a brand new stop for you. As soon as you do spin that stop or interact with it, you'll see that white ring disappear. So that one didn't stay in the ball, 382. So around about 18 minutes left on the daily. We may start to see more and more Meditites off this daily adventure, but don't be too disheartened. We have still seen the odd occasional Galarian Bird, even during a spotlight hour. In fact, I think on one spotlight hour, late last year in 2024, we did actually see 2 Galarian Birds on the same spotlight hour during a 15-minute incense, which was pretty crazy. None of them were shiny, unfortunately, and none of them stayed in the ball. We did manage an excellent throw. I think they were both Galarian Zapdos as well, if I remember right. We did manage an excellent throw on both of them, and I think both of them broke out and allowed us to have another chance of throwing another Pokeball at them. and still they broke out on the second occasion and fled. Now yesterday, if you were tuning in for the Max Monday Spotlight, Max Battle Hour, then featuring Dynamax Persimmon, of course, you would have seen us use our Daily Adventure Incense then, and we did get a level 1 Zapdos appear, a level 1 Galarian Zapdos, 47 CP, and we managed to catch it. First ball, excellent throw, and it was a critical catch. So we have got a level 1 Galarian Zapdos. That partnered with the level 1 Articuno that we already have, again 47 CP. I'm hoping now we can finish the level 1 family off on these Galarian Birds and we can get a Moltres of a level 1 CP. That would be very, very cool. Be even awesome if it would be level or CP 47 as well. That would be absolutely insane. So we'll keep an eye out for that. So don't forget, if you are new to the channel, get involved in the comments down below. I do enjoy when people comment down below. We can interact with on there, ask questions. I'll answer them as best as I can. So please get involved in the comments, and also make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Turn on that notification bell. We go live at least twice, if not 3 times every week. Monday night, Tuesday night, and also we try and go live either Saturday or Sunday, depending on the event that's on. So make sure to turn that notification bell on and you won't miss when we go live in the future. So nailing the excellent throws, we will just start using some of these great balls, just so we stay in a little bit more often. So really, really easy to hit excellent throws actually on these. We're not having any problems at all. And this quick filter that I've set up will only delete the 0-star, 1-star, 2-star, and won't delete specific Pokemon. So your specific Pokemon in that chain, it won't delete no matter what the IVs of it are. So the likes of Jangamo, for example, it will always keep the rare Pokemon. But it does just help us clear out that storage really, really quick. I'm just working our way through these Meditites now. And it's just gone 10 past. So we're only just 10 minutes into the spotlight hour. No shinies as of yet, but still loads of time left. They are seemingly staying in first ball. The great throws and the excellent throws and the great balls are definitely working well together. So we did catch that one. Now we did actually submit a Pokestop here, but it hasn't came into the game yet. Sometimes it doesn't arrive on the evening that you submit it, sometimes it arrives the following evening. So we might see that at 7 PM tonight. Did get accepted yesterday, so it might be tonight that it comes in game, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that towards the back end of the Spotlight Hour as to whether it's reappeared. We may of course have to restart our game to see if that is in the game or not. But of course, if it isn't yet, it probably will be before the weekend, and we'll be going live again at the weekend during the event, which starts tomorrow. So make sure to keep an eye out for that on the channel. So it would be good to get up towards 715 million XP, around about 260,000 off, which if we keep getting these excellent throws, that is going to be around about 200 Meditites. So again, we'll just clear that storage out while we are a little bit sparse on spawns. We won't have to do it so often when we do have more spawns. So you can see down here we have loads more gyms and stops. The spawns will of course get better near those, and that is where we're heading to. Terrible throw on a Stuffle, and again, and we missed it, but it did catch. So terrible throws there. Of course, Stuffle was featured during the latest research day, the Fuzzy Buddy research day. We did manage to get a couple of shiny Stuffles, but of course it is another one that has had a community day in the past. Of course, evolving it into its evolution, Beware, does cost 400 candies, so it is annoying to try and get enough candies, especially if you missed out on that community day for it. It is quite annoying to get enough candies for Beware. Meditite off for daily again, and another one just spawned ahead of us. Still no shiny as of yet. Quarter of it way into the Spotlight Hour. Scurrupy on the daily. A little bit of an unusual Daily Adventure Incense spawn, but still. Nice little excellent throw, and we caught it first ball. Don't know if that was a new Meditite or one we just caught, but it was a new one. So we are after the Shiny Meditite, of course, tonight. Shiny Meditite has been released on the game for quite some time now, and it is quite a nice shiny, in fact. Its body goes to a red sort of colour, a blue part, so its body goes to a red colour, and then the white exterior goes to sort of like a off pink. It's quite a nice shiny. We have already got a few of those, I believe. We've definitely got one that we've evolved into Meditite. And of course, from there, we have Mega evolved it. Rocket Balloon just gaining away there. Now let's just check to see how many shiny Meditites we have already got. If we type in Meditite and of course shiny, there you can see we have got quite a lot, 12 shiny Meditites in total. A few of those already evolved into Meditite. And if we go on to 3-star and 4-star, you can see here that we've got 3 3-star 4-stars. We've tried a lucky trade once or twice, this one being in 91, a 13 14 14, and this one not being the best lucky trade. In fact, only one IV off being the worst you can get, so not very good in that respect, and that one being an 84 in the wild. Cheers, matey. So 20 past 6 at the moment. Meditite still appearing off a daily adventure. We're around about 5 minutes just under of that daily adventure left to go. Now that spot there where that Meditite we just clicked on was the spot where we got our Shiny Galarian, sorry, not shiny, but our level 1 Galarian Zapdos from yesterday. So it's a shame that we haven't seen another one today in that same spot. Now, in terms of particles, we can earn 280 more, and then we can collect our walking one. So 2 more power spots, which we can get from here actually in just a moment, and then we can collect our walking ones. And that will give us the most amount that we can earn today. So just going over and collecting those particles. I have just disconnected the external mic, and hopefully you can still hear me okay. We need to charge that back up again. We will swap into the Gigantamax just because we like the graphic. It's pretty cool Gigantamax Gengar graphic there. And 2 hits of the G-Max Terra, and Machop stands no chance. So level 2 Dynamax Machop is complete. We get around about 6,000 XP for this, and then of course the XP for catching it. If we hit an excellent throw, we will get around about 1,200 or so. So it all adds up. There you go, 6,000 XP. Bonus challenge, no shiny Machop, and nowhere near the 730 CP, which is of course the Hundo. So hopefully this stays in first ball. It doesn't. Let's try again on the second one. Excellent throw that time, so hopefully it stays in on that one. Get us a bit more XP if it does, and it does. So we have just over 1,000 XP for catching it with an excellent throw, 1,220. And of course, because we had a Medichamp, I think that's a fighting and psychic type, so we did get an additional couple of XL candy there for Machop, which was quite decent. Quite a nice coincidence that we chose that psychic type to evolve during this spotlight hour, but it only felt right because of obviously being Meditite, the first form of Medichamp. It was only right that we mega evolved a Medichamp during this hour. So just coming up to the halfway mark. In fact, we've just gone over the halfway mark of the spotlight hour, and we've not yet had a shiny. We will check to see if we've had anything decent in terms of hundos, but no shinies as of yet. Let's just check the hundo status now, and no hundos unfortunately. So we surely have got a few 3-star ones. We have indeed got a few 3-star ones. I don't think any of these are brilliant, but we will just skip through them and see. So the best one, that was not a bad one, 89, but still quite disappointing on that defense. That one's a 96, but hasn't got attack, and it was the most recent 3-star that we caught. So still a lot of room for improvement. None of those that you've just seen 3-star wise will be kept. We only try and keep the hundo ones. It's only certain Pokemon where we'll keep the 96 and 98%. And in fact, in some occasions, I've had too many hundos of a specific Pokemon, and I've actually deleted hundos in the past. So we are very, very brutal with the storage space. Shinies and hundos end up going into the Professor's Candy Crusher on multiple occasions. So we have to be brutal with a Pokemon storage space to try and keep ourselves enough storage so we don't have to keep clearing it out every 2 minutes. So we will start walking up the same way in which we came, and we will put a normal incense on this time to try and get some additional spawns coming in. The normal incense should just spawn Meditite, with it being featured during this hour. We may get the odd occasional different spawn, but it will probably mainly be Meditite. A very happy and jumping Meditite, that is, on the first one. Great throw vote nonetheless. Make sure to get your comments in down below. We haven't got a shiny yet, but have you managed to get a shiny during your Meditite Spotlight Hour? Have you not yet had it? If you're from the United States or further on in the Western Hemisphere, you may not have had your Spotlight Hour yet. But if you are from the Eastern Hemisphere, you've probably had it by now, so let me know how you've managed to get on during Spotlight Hour, if you have done it. As you saw previously, we aren't in desperate need for a shiny today, hence why we aren't using the likes of Spatial Rend to try and get some increased spawns further out. But it still would be nice to get one on the live stream. Still, the excellent throws keep coming in. We're happy with that. We are very much working our way through these great balls that we have in our storage currently. So again, a very nice sunny evening here in the UK. We've had a couple of these now on the trot, which is very, very decent for all the walking around that this game involves. It's nice to not be absolutely drenched by the time you get home. And of course it is now British summertime here, so the clocks did change a couple of weeks ago, meaning that we get additional sunlight. So a few weeks ago, about a month ago, we would have been in the dark around about now, whereas now we get even more sunlight in the evening, which is a lot better for these sort of Max Monday and Spotlight hours, which go on until 7 PM. So loads and loads of Meditites. We'll just stop here for just a second while we try and get all these. Absolutely loads of Meditites. Just below 100 great balls now. Terrible throws on those occasions though. Psyduck from the 2-kilometre egg. Well, let's finish off catching all these Meditites. Still loads more to catch from around this area. It is a crazy spawn spot, this is. Do seem to get loads here during the spotlight hours and community days. Hey Wilma, how are you? There's still no shiny Meditite at the moment during this hour. 40 minutes into it now. And we should be able to do a route from here. Pub to pub seems to go this way, so we'll do that one. We are running quite close to maxing out our Zygarde cell count. You can count up to, or collect up to 300 in the Zygarde cube, and then after that you will still see them after doing routes, but you won't be able to collect them. They won't be added to the total, so they will just start disappearing. But you can of course change your form, get rid of some of your Zygarde cells and then start collecting them again. At the stage that I'm currently on, we are at the full complete form, the 100% form of Zygarde. We got forced to max it out because of, or change its form to a complete form should I say, because of collecting those Zygarde cells. We hit the limit, so that to get some more cells in we had to change the form of it, and then we have nearly pretty much hit the limit again. The Zygarde that I've currently got in my storage is not a very good one at all. It's not something that I did want to change up to the 100% form, but with all of the routes that I do, it sort of made sense to do that so I can start collecting those Zygarde cells again. tiny Meditite. So of course Meditite is full odd shiny, it's 1 in 512, hence why we haven't seen one yet tonight. Still every chance we could still see one in these last few moments. Another tiny Meditite. It's quite rare to see so many, or two tinies quite quickly, one after another. So we'll spin that, and we will also add on that gem. Let's go for Scizor, the evolution. And we put our shadow one on there as well, just to make a nice little family on there. One shadow and one normal. We'll switch back to our Pokeballs. Luckily, Meditite isn't weather boosted, so the level of it is lower than what it would have been if it was weather boosted. I mean, it's a little bit easier to catch when it's not weather boosted. Terrible throw on that occasion. Try and see if we can catch these before we do move on. We're getting quite a few spawning around here at the moment. Storage full once again. Let's just clear that out. Include those extra smalls. We don't really want to save those. Still no showcases have ever done extra extra small. It's only ever been extra extra large. No Zygarde cell, we will complete that route now. Number 1 of our 7-day route bonus. We'll just walk up here and then we will end the stream a little bit early. We've got about 10 minutes left of the spotlight hour, but we'll only be doing another 2 or 3 minutes ourselves, just because I do have to rush off unfortunately today. But make sure to like and subscribe on the channel, and make sure to keep an eye out for when we do go live later this week. We'll be going live for the Spring into Spring event. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. So the last few Meditite that we're going to have just coming up now. So the last few of the hour for us. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching my live stream. Like I say, make sure to like and subscribe. And we will be back alive again later this week. So keep an eye out for that. But that is pretty much tonight's spotlight hour finished. We'll collect these Meditites that are just around here, and then we'll just have a roundup at what we've managed to get tonight. If we have managed to get any hundos, we will check that in just a moment, and also just check the amount of XP. Of course, we didn't have a lucky egg on for tonight. We will see how much XP we've earned without having a lucky egg on. So in terms of hundos, Meditites, let's just check now. No hundos, unfortunately. Not even any good ones, I don't think, really. Let's just have a quick look at 3 stars. 3 star there. And not really any good ones. A 98 there, that's not too bad. Could be something worth measuring if we didn't have hundos already. And there's that 71 CP that we saw before when we last went through them. And of course, the XP wise, we wanted to get close towards 750 million during the hour, and we're not far away, only 44 million, sorry, 44,000 should I say, away from doing that. So perhaps if we went right to 7 o'clock, we could have done that. But unfortunately, we have got to shoot off early tonight. Thanks very much for everybody who's tuned in to watch. And make sure to get involved in the comments down below on the next live stream when we go live later this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.